First question will be Antoine Staley from the Tallahassee Democrat.
Hey, McKenzie, nice to meet you. What was it about Florida State that stuck out and made you want to come here and play football for Mike Norvell?
Good to meet you as well. But just seeing the logo kind of speaks for itself, and competing against Coach Norvell while he's at Memphis, and just seeing the way they ran their offense and the way he had control of his team. And just seeing the way he carried himself as a coach, and just knowing what this logo is all about, what this university is all about, is kind of a no-brainer for me.
This will be Dennis Dodd from CBS.
Hey, McKenzie, welcome back. How are you physically? Are you 100% at everything right now, range of motion, everything? And how do you view what you've gone through? Do you reflect on that every day? Do you think that's a book someday, a movie, or because it is quite inspirational?
I say I'm about 90%, still pushing to get to 100. I feel like playing football, you're never truly at 100% anyway. So, I'm still trying to get, range of motion is close. It's not quite there, but it's functional and it's where it needs to be able to play. So I'm fully cleared in that aspect, but I still want to keep pushing it just to where, I'm completely comfortable out there and, just being able to do the things I want to do on the football field. And, it's something that, I reflect on and, I've talked about with, my family and whatnot, but at the same time, I'm just trying to live in the moment and enjoy this 1 year I have at Florida State and make the most of it. When I look back on it, I want to have no regrets. So I don't want to be thinking, down the road, writing a book or a movie, anything like that. I just want to be where my feet are and just be present in this moment and, enjoy this time with these new coaches, these new teammates and new support staff. It's been great these first 2 weeks and, just building new relationships, and it's been a lot of fun so far.
Will be Chris Nee from Noles 247.
Hey, McKenzie, nice to meet you, man. What is it about Mike Norvell's offense that's appealing to a quarterback such as yourself, especially with the fact that you had a front row seat to watching it from the other sideline?
The QBs, they have a lot of control of what goes on with protections, run checking, pass checking, stuff like that. So I feel like it's something I can flourish in. We don't play with as much tempo as I've been accustomed to with Coach Scott Frost and Coach Josh Heupel. But, that's not something that I feel like I'm handcuffed to playing in an offense where, it's just a tempo scheme. I feel like I can get us in the right plays and, kind of make us right in what we're trying to run and whatnot. So I'm still learning. It's only been 2 weeks here. And I know I still have a lot of room to grow and understand the ins and outs of this offense. But, I've learned so much in the past 2 weeks just from Coach Norvell, Coach Dillingham, Coach Tokars, and even the other QBs have kind of helped me along when I have questions for them.
All right, next will be Irish Norvell from Warchant.
Hey, man, welcome to Tallahassee. One of the things Coach Norvell mentioned and Coach Dillingham was that you have leadership capabilities. You're an older guy. You've kind of been there and done that. So they're looking forward to you bringing that to the team. But being a new guy in the program, how do you balance that with, wanting to lead and be a veteran presence, but also somebody who's kind of learning their way around?
Yeah, you kind of hit the nail on the head there. You can't just come in and, expect these guys to just listen to everything you have to say. You got to show your work ethic and stuff like that, coming in early, leaving late, just leading by example and action rather than, just being a rah-rah guy and talking, because I haven't played in a long time. So, I don't want to be that guy just to show up and, say I'm going to do this and say I'm going to do that when I don't. So, I want to lead by action and, just give my best foot forward for this team and, hopefully we can have some success in the fall.
Next will be Matt Baker from Tampa Times.
Hey, McKenzie, you said a minute ago that the logo for FSU kind of speaks for itself. What does that logo mean and signify to you?
Shoot, I mean, it's just something that you dream about as a kid playing at a school like this. And just the people that have come before me and before everyone that's been here, Coach Bobby Bowden, Deion Sanders, Charlie Ward, Jameis Winston, now Jalen Ramsey, like just guys like that, so it just speaks for itself when I say something like that, and just the history behind here, it's second to none in my opinion, and I'm just extremely grateful for the opportunity.
This will be Pat Burnham from the FSU.
Hey, McKenzie. Welcome to Tallahassee. My brother, Shane Burnham, he thinks very highly of you. Wishes you were still back in Orlando. But listen, we're glad to have you here. I want to ask you how the evolution of transferring to Florida State took place. When did the discussions start? And who else did you consider before ultimately deciding on Florida State?
The possibilities came up shortly after, I put my name in the transfer portal. Coach Dillingham and Coach Norvell reached out to me. And, immediately I was intrigued by the opportunity, just like I spoke on earlier, playing against Coach and, just knowing what this school is all about and, the support systems that they have here. Like I said, it's second to none. And, I think it only took about a week for me to decide, this was the right place for me. And, there was a few other schools that garnered interest, but, I'm not going to really speak on those schools just because I don't want to seem like those schools weren't good enough, because those are great universities in their own respects. But this just felt right for me and my family, and, that's why I chose Florida State.
This will be Brennan Sinone from Noles 247.
Hey, McKenzie, you touched on your relationship with Mike Norvell since you got to campus, and then also watching him from the sideline at UCF. Did you have a relationship with Coach Norvell before, and in any way? Did you ever talk to him or anything like that before he started recruiting you this past couple months?
I think the only time I ever met him was at the AAC media days going into the 2018 season. I was kind of shook his hand. Both had mutual respect for each other, and we kind of knew that we'd be playing each other. Well, we knew we would play each other in the regular season, and our paths typically led to the conference championship. So, I knew what he was about as a coach and his program, and he ran a great program at Memphis. And I'm confident that he'll have similar, if not better, success here at Florida State. Just creating a winning culture and a together culture with the teams that he leads. So that was the only time I met him. And then when I got hurt, him and his whole team, they actually signed a ball for me, which I thought was a pretty cool gesture. I see your dog in the background. That's pretty cool. But now, Coach Norvell, he's just a class act, just doing something like that, when, I was kind of down bad, and they were our opponent the upcoming week after I got hurt. And, him and his whole team, they signed a ball just as a gesture of, respect, I guess, for, I guess the battles and, just at the end of the day, football is one community. It's not, you're not always rivals and stuff like that. And, sure enough, we're teammates now, and he's my coach, and I look forward to continuing to grow that relationship with him and the rest of the staff here.
This will be Pat Walter from Spectrum Sports Orlando.
Hey, McKenzie, good to talk to you again. You've meant so much to the people here in Orlando. You could probably run for mayor someday here if you wanted to. So I'm just curious, what do you remember most about your time here at UCF? And if you could speak to, what it meant to you, just all the support you've gotten the last few years here in Orlando.
Sure. It's hard to pinpoint one thing that, kind of meant the most to me. I think from a playing aspect, just, the time that I had with my teammates, you can't take that back. And I always reminisce about, funny moments in the locker room, and, still talk to some of the guys, just reminiscing about, good times. But with the community in Orlando and just the fans of Night Nation, man, just through the ups and downs, they always, kind of have my back. And, even coming to Florida State, it's always been good support. I haven't seen one negative thing said about it. And, that just speaks to the maturity of their fan base. And, it was a hard decision, but, I felt like it was the best decision for me. And, it's hard, like I said, it's hard to pinpoint one, but, I think maybe, when I got hurt, just, the whole stands having lays and whatnot, that was pretty cool. Just the togetherness that university is kind of built up now. And, I'm sure they're going to keep taking it to new heights over there.
Actually, Kurt Weiler from Tallahassee Democrat.
Hey, McKenzie, nice to meet you. You talked a bit about what you've learned, I guess, already in a couple weeks, not from just the coaches, but also the other quarterbacks. I guess, how have those relationships started developing? I know Coach Norvell said that they seemed really excited to kind of get to learn from someone with your experience.
Yeah, it's been good. Jay Trav, Tate Rodemaker, and Chuck Purdy, and Gino English, they've all been great. Super cool guys. I keep forgetting that I'm an old head, and that I'm the oldest one in the group. So, when they crack jokes, I'm cracking jokes too. So it's like I got to bring a sense of maturity in there sometimes. But they're all good kids. They work hard. They're really good athletes, and I think a lot of them in that room have really good potential. And if I can bring some insight of just playing experience and being on the sidelines the past 2 years, learning from coaches, just giving them another pair of eyes just to see the game and just kind of help them take their game to the next level. And I feel like they can help me take my game to the next level just from a competition aspect. So I'm excited to work with those guys. So it's only been 2 weeks, but they come to work. They've been working hard from the time I've been here, and I expect nothing less from them.
Actually, Allison Posey from WPXL.
Hey, McKenzie, nice to talk to you. You mentioned playing for the Florida State logo and just the history that's behind this program, but being a part of this program and getting it back to where it belongs, where it's supposed to be, was that exciting for you too in making the decision to come to Florida State?
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of similar to UCF, they weren't far out of winning a BCS game prior to me getting there, and then they were kind of in a rough patch. But it's a similar deal here. There's a lot of talent here. There's great coaching, so there's all the tools and all the pieces are here to have success. It's about us coming together and playing as one unit to kind of make us traject and skyrocket into that conversation of conference championships, division championships, and national championships again. And like I said, I think we got the right leader in Coach Norvell, and I have full trust in them. I got full trust in this team, and I feel like the better we come together in this off season and just keep working day in and day out, I feel like we'll be on the right path to have some success this upcoming fall.
Actually, Gene Williams from Warchant.
Hey, McKenzie. I want to ask you, you got a limited amount of time, obviously, before the start of the season, and rapport with your receivers. Your offensive lineman is obviously huge. So what are you doing, if anything, over the next several months to try to expedite that rapport you're going to need to have with those guys this season?
Yeah, whether it's just having extra film work as just teammates, or getting extra work, just play around practices. After lifts, even when we're tired, you gotta build that chemistry, and it just doesn't happen overnight. You can't go out in spring ball and fall camp and expect it to just click. So, we got to put in extra work with each other, and we've already started to do that, and we'll continue down that path. But at the same time, being smart about taking care of our bodies, and then it's not just in the football building. We got to build those relationships outside of it. Whether it's going to dinner, lunch, breakfast, catching a movie, barbecues, whatever. That's what it's all about. Like I said, a few minutes back, I reminisce about the great times with the teammates, not on the playing field. My favorite moments were outside of the playing field. I feel like it'll be the same here.
Actually, Gary Cook from the Osceola. We'll go back to Dennis Dodd from CBS.
Hey, McKenzie, I wondered if you'd at all seen the Alex Smith documentary, and if you can relate anything from that, the one that was on ESPN. And you said 90%. Do you expect to be ready full go by spring?
Yeah, yeah, I expect to be fully cleared and to compete in spring. Going up to Minnesota actually on Monday just to have a final checkup with my doctor, and it's really not even a checkup. It's just go ahead and go play ball KZ. So I'm super excited to compete with these guys, other QBs, and just help each other take our game to the next level. And I feel great. I feel ready to go. If we had to play this weekend, I feel like I could go. So, and I just know come September 5th, when we play against Notre Dame, I'll be feeling even better. So I'm super excited about it.
How good is Jared from Osceola?
Welcome, McKenzie. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
You've been in college athletics now for several years. What would you tell fans that the college experience has done for you and your teammates, both athletically and academically, in your development as a person?
Shoot, you come in as a 18-year-old kid, and now I'm a 23-year-old man-child, I would say. Still trying to figure things out, but I've had the right guidance with great coaches, great teammates, and I haven't always done everything right, and I've had to learn a lot of lessons throughout college, and like I said, just having the right guidance and the right coaches to give me second, third, fourth chances sometimes. That's what life's all about, and this is just another second chance for me here at Florida State. So I'll say just exhaust every resource you have when you're in college, from academic support staff to the athletic training room. There's so many people that want to invest in you, and I feel like some kids miss out on that, and they just focus straight on football for 4 or 5 years, and then they kind of get done, and it's like, they're just like, okay, what do I do now? Because the NFL doesn't work out for them, and they have to go job searching when really they could have set themselves up those 4 or 5 years and make connections to find a passion that they want to pursue outside of football.
All right, next question will be Admiral Andy from Warchant.
Hey, McKenzie, in terms of like where you are today, what can you do today that was maybe a struggle 3 months ago or 6 months ago or a year, and just kind of what have you been able to do the last year in terms of football related activity that makes you feel good where you are now?
A year ago, I wasn't running or jumping or anything like that. So, and 6 months ago, I probably just started, like running training and stuff like that. And, 3 months ago, I was full practicing and, running scout team and stuff like that, and feeling really good and just getting better each day. Literally, it's like each day I felt better and better out there, more comfortable running, jumping, cutting, sprinting, and just getting, more live bullets of, seeing defenses and anticipating throws. So personally, I feel like there's nothing I can't do on a football field that I wouldn't want to do. But I know I still have 8 more months to continue to, strengthen everything in my body from the top down. And, that just excites me because, like I said, I feel like I go out and play right now. But I know in 8 months I'll be feeling lights out and just ready to go attack, ACC play and, help this team, pursue what we want to pursue.
We'll go back to Chris Neat from Noles 347.
McKenzie, what does it mean to have Bam alongside you for this part of the journey? Obviously, you two have been side by side for some unique moments and different moments in the most for a college experience.
Yeah, it's super special to me. And, Bam was actually the first friend I had at UCF. We were roommates our freshman year. He called me when I was still in high school. And he was like, bro, I want to room with QB1. I was like, all right, let's do it. And I had no friends, out in Florida. I knew nobody out here. And, you know, he kind of took me under his wing, and being from Sanford, Florida, you know, a local kid. And, you know, it means everything just because, you know, we went through our rehab process, basically our whole rehab process together. And, you know, just knowing the kind of player, the kind of passion, and, you know, the kind of leadership he plays with and brings day in and day out, and just what he's been through is, you know, some stuff I could probably never go through myself. So, you know, it's just motivation every day, seeing him work. And, you know, I feel like he can bring another presence in the locker room, but just, you know, leading by action, the way he carries himself, the way he works, and his play will speak for himself too.
All right, we'll go back to Ira from Warchant.
Are you paying attention to what Coach Norvell and the staff are doing in terms of bringing in transfers? Are you kind of observing the kind of the roster moves, and what have you learned from the other transfers since you guys have gotten here together?
Yeah, you know, I've definitely been paying attention to, you know, even the high school guys are bringing in. You know, I mean, that's our team. You know, these guys that have played last year and have been at Florida State, and then, you know, the new guys coming in the whole nation. So just trying to learn what everyone's about, trying to learn everyone's name. You know, that's a goal kind of set for myself, and it's hard, you know, learning, you know, what everyone's about, where they've been, where they're from. So I'm still trying to do that, and, you know, just be a good teammate to these guys, and, you know, understanding why these guys transferred, what they're looking for here, and, you know, helping meet them where they're at. And, you know, we're all kind of on the same boat. You know, we just wanted a fresh start. We may have not been necessarily happy where we're at, some guys, and, you know, they, same like me, they know what this logo, this brand is about, and, you know, we want to help be part of, you know, bringing it back to where it should be.
We'll go back to Pat Welter from Spectrum in Orlando.
McKenzie, you talked about just kind of taking advantage of all the resources you've had in college. So I was curious just if you could talk about, you know, what's next for you beyond this. Do you still have goals of playing in the NFL? And have you thought about what you'd like to do even after that, you know, given everything you've kind of been able to take advantage of through this injury?
Yeah, so I definitely want to pursue that dream of playing in the NFL, and that's why I felt like this was a perfect situation for me. I had the opportunity to play under Coach Frost, Coach Heupel, and now Coach Norvell, three of the best offensive minds in college football, in my opinion. And just continuing to learn, be a sponge, and, you know, just have all that knowledge going into that next process, whether it's playing or coaching. And then after I'm done playing, whether it's college I'm done, or NFL, after a pro career I'll be done, you know, I want to get into coaching one way or another, whether it's collegiate, high school. The biggest influences I've had have been my coaches. So, you know, I kind of want to return the favor and, you know, invest in the next generation of football players and athletes. And I feel like that's what it's all about, you know, giving back. And like I said, these coaches have helped me get to where I'm at, and, you know, I don't take it for granted, and I kind of want to return the favor.
The next question will be Chris Hayes from the Orlando Sentinel.
Hey, KZ, good to see you. I just wonder, what kind of pressure do you feel, whether it's from yourself or from outside sources, to go up there and be that QB1?
I don't necessarily feel pressure. The only pressure I feel right now is to, you know, learn this playbook and just know my job code and just know it inside and out. I feel like when I get to that point, that alleviates all pressure, just because I know exactly what I'm doing, what's expected of me, and, you know, just learning. And like I said, just learning everyone's names and just knowing everybody in this building. That's the only pressure I really feel right now. Playing wise, you know, I feel comfortable. I feel comfortable to, you know, go do what I want to do. So right now for me, I just want to learn this playbook, want to learn what everyone in this building's about. And I feel like when I do something like that, you know, the rest will take care of itself.
We'll go back to Jerry Cooks from the LC1.
Hey, McKenzie, you had quite a journey on the medical end, on the rehab side. How important is the people, the training room people, and the equipment that you've had access to in your rehab?
Shoot, I mean, they're from the time I've been in college, they've been maybe the most vital resource I've had. Just being able to stay on the field when I've had nicks and bruises, and even now being able to get back on the field. Them investing that time and energy into me to, from someone that shouldn't play again to now being someone that's going to be able to suit up and go back out there and play. I've been telling these young kids that came in the same time as me, the early enrollees, invest in being in this training room. Because, there's a big difference between being a fresh 18-year-old to being 22, 23, where you kind of have some wear and tear on your body. You gotta invest in the right food, the right nutrition, and just put the time. It's really all it is. You just got to invest the time into yourself. And when you do that, you'll feel a lot better, and you'll be able to have a longer and more healthier career.
We'll go back to Ira Chappelle from Warchant.
Following up on Chris's question about Brandon, what does he bring to Florida State as a player on the field, and how much lobbying were you doing to either side during that process to kind of make that happen?
Yeah, Bam, he's electric on the field. Probably a 4-4 guy, and truly, in my opinion, a lockdown corner. And he's still coming off an injury. It's gonna be 2 years in I think September or August since he got hurt. And just seeing him in practice this past year, he's good to go, in my opinion. And honestly, he's probably further along than I am, just from a rehab standpoint, just because he's a physical freak. Like I said, he's a worker. He's downstairs in the training room right now getting extra work. Just got off the phone with him, and he's just one of those guys. He's upbeat. He talks to everybody. Kind of similar to me. He wants to know what everyone's about. He wants to learn. He's excited about this new staff, and when he put his name in the portal, it's someone I lobbied for right away, just because I know what he's about. He's a great football player, but he's an even better person, and that's someone I want to be around forever. And I feel like it's someone that some of these, we had the youngest team in college football last year. Some of these young guys can learn from him as well.
All right, thank you, McKenzie.
Thank you, guys.